It is a question journalists ask themselves often. How far am I willing to go to get an exclusive? A lot of time, it means hard work in developing relationships.
But go back 100 years and another option was on the table, at least for one editor. That option was hurting the competition, and we mean physically hurting them. Jacob Kittilstad has all the news unfit to print this Mystery Monday.
3/4 is all you need.
I get it mostly from television.
But now, the paper isn't poured over like some people remember.
They would run you down in a car, give me a paper so they could read the results of the election.
Sammy Freeman recalls the glory days of newsprint.
Yeah, I delivered Hattiesburg American for 5.5 years.
He says back in '66, it was the main source of information.
Across the street over, we had a newspaper box, and we had people standing around there waiting for us to put them in. They try to buy them off of you just like candy.
But go back even further, 1915, and editors were the gatekeepers of information in rural Mississippi.
Before television, you're talking about newspapers and editors and writers. You know, they were dominant figures politically, community, church. I mean, they held really big sticks. As the story goes, there were several newspapers here, the Purvis Echo, there's in Columbia, maybe in Lumberton, and there were two prominent editors who were rivals, if you will.
Chuck Bennett, the Lamar County administrator, has the research with their names. W.A. Blackburn with a Columbia paper and Samuel E. Reese with a Purvis one. They were in a dispute over power. Who would print ballots for the county? And on October 19th of that year, Reese discovered a meeting between his rival and the election commissioner.
Dr. Reese went out to his car, grabbed a shotgun, walked into the building, and shot and killed his competition.
Deputies, headquartered in the same square of the town, arrested him immediately. And just to highlight how powerful Dr. Reese possibly was, I offer you this. If you were looking for a news article about the crime that happened, you weren't going to find much, and you weren't going to find much anywhere. Now, were these stories suppressed? Who can say? Anyone who was around at the time is passed on by now, and even if I could ask them, they probably would not answer. But this thing was like the reverse of a scoop. All the news people knew about it, but no one was saying anything.
He was found guilty among his peers. But as the story goes, Dr. Reese never served a day because he was good friends with then Governor Bilbo.
Governor Theodore Bilbo, a future U.S. Senator, would issue more than 800 pardons during his time in office. This one was for a murder case in a courthouse with witnesses.
We might not admit that it went all the way to the governor level of Mississippi, but there was something there that made him pardon the man.
News like that now might actually sell a few papers if an elected official tried to pull it off.
Too many people with phones to call in and radios, and these little old portable phones will get you every time.
Exploring the unexplained on Mystery Monday, Jacob Kittilstad, WJTV News Channel 12.
Yet another story I've never heard.
I didn't hear that one either.
Isn't that something? All right. And Dr. Reese would go on to be an active member of the community in Lamar County.
There we go. Well, record books show that he was a prominent businessman and served on the draft selection board. Well, it sounds like the start of an old horror novel. Imagine making your way through the thick brush only to find not one, but two heavy caskets. Their origins unexplained, their contents unknown. That's too creepy to be real, right? Well, apparently not for Bolton, Mississippi. Jacob Kittilstad takes the lid off this thriller this Mystery Monday.
A vault sometimes holds secrets, other times it is the secret. These twin concrete caskets have rested in the brush for more than a decade. They're less than 10 yards from Carroll Johns Road, but driving by, you might not see them.
It's weird to me because, like I say, if something happened around, I usually know about it, but I don't know about that.
People call Dan Mashburn an old-timer, a talker, a storyteller historian.
You could go down and ask Doug about it. Doug Beard has that parts store right downtown.
He's older than me, but we grew up together around this small town.
But even asking around some of the more senior Bolton citizens,
I don't really work anymore, but I'm there every day.
Everybody knows everybody and knows their business. You can't hide anything, so there's no need to try.
they say they can only speculate why these coffins, each weighing more than a car, have created a slapdash cemetery just outside of the ditch.
They could have pre-bought the things thinking that the family would use them, and then maybe something happened to them, or maybe they hadn't died or hadn't needed them. I don't know.
I don't have a casket nowhere. But I have heard of people who did, but I don't have one.
So now they're uncovered, but what's actually beneath these covers?
Like I said, all this used to be clean. It just growed up.
J.C. Campbell says it's simple, and the secret is there is no secret. At least now, after the death of his prolific neighbor.
And there it is right there.
A classic car owner, a businesswoman, a so-called bootleg operator by the name of Sadie Price.
She served food and, liquor and beer. She just had a club. Cats would cross the driveway. They put them across the driveway. They figured they couldn't move them because they were heavy already. They brought them down on the trail and put them across there to keep the people from going in there. But the people were still going in there. And they took the rake and moved them and went up and then got the car.
The cafe's now slumped over. There's no sign of the cars.
And that was true about the stealing cars. I remember that.
And they come out between them with them cars.
Neighbors say the thieves were never arrested, and both suspects have long passed. The only real evidence of the scheme are the two vaults, pulled away from each other and pushed back from most people's memories.
Kind of news to me. I was kind of wondering about it. I've been around here all this time and travel that road a good bit.
Exploring the unexplained on Mystery Monday, Jacob Kittilstad, News Channel 12.
Well, among the vehicles that went missing despite the casket blockage, old Ford and Chevrolet trucks, including the nice red 63 model Chevy that one neighbor tells us he saw get towed away, never to be seen again.
From Vegas weddings to concerts honoring the oldies, you're bound to see an Elvis impersonator, but perhaps you weren't expecting to see one in downtown Jackson. It's true. For decades, there have been daily sightings. I've seen them too. Until recently, though, they've stopped. He's disappeared. Until now. Jacob Kittilstad tracks down the King of Jackson this Mystery Monday.
Curious and suspicious minds have been asking,
No, I haven't seen him around lately.
where is Elvis?
Well, hello there. How am I doing?
He can't miss him. I see him just walking from that side of the street over there, come up to McDonald's, sit down and get some coffee or whatever he gonna get.
He got the haircut. Yeah, he got the haircut like Elvis, like really like him, but a bigger version.
It's been a mighty long time.
It's not the Heartbreak Hotel. It's the Admiral on State Street that's home for the man with the dark black hair.
Walgreens told me about the red line. It's a ladies' color, but it stays in longer.
The man with the sunglasses.
Keep the sun off. I wear them for the sun. And
The man with the sideburns.
you have to be careful when you shape them up. Don't mess them up.
The man named Andy Lagrone.
See, my voice is messed up right now. I sold my 2 cars. I've walked all these years everywhere I go, so people have seen me walk. One of my uncles cleaned the gate at Graceland, the gate around Graceland. Baby, let me be loving teddy bear. Took me to work one day. I was young, and I saw Elvis going Graceland door from a distance. Tigers play too rough.
From age 17, Andy says he grew his sideburns. Now, he's outlived his idol. And as he grows older, he says his health is all shook up.
Yes, sir. I developed diabetes and have high blood pressure, have the gout, have arthritis. It's hard to walk these hills. Sometimes I stop and rest before I even get up there. And if I stay up that oxygen too long, my legs will get to where they won't hardly go at all.
And it's those health issues that are the reason that Andy doesn't get out and about as often as he'd like to. He still has a goal, trying to hit these streets at least once a day, but sometimes that pain is just too much. So he says for encouragement, He doesn't mind if the next time you see him, you say hello, ask him how he's doing, and even call him Elvis. That's actually what he prefers.
Oh, let it be. Yeah, I like that because I'm a big Elvis fan. I lived in Memphis 18 years, and all these years I've tried to keep my cyber like his, and I like the old Elvis. I mean, the doctor just said I'm a walking time bomb, all these diseases, but I don't let it stop me from going. They even tell me to get an electric chair, but as long as I can walk, I'm gonna walk. It's been a mighty long time.
Meaning more future sightings.
To me, I just laughed, really, but I didn't know that he was sick.
Well, I guess I'm doing fine.
Exploring the unexplained this Mystery Monday, Jacob Kittilstad, News Channel 12.
I'm getting confused.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm so glad to know this. Andy, or Elvis, also says it's not cheating that he dyes his hair. He says not many people know the King dyed his too, albeit with the help of professionals.